Also finally remembered that night's man was Qiao. Qiao's elegance reached new heights. It fell for him all over again. Last time, Qi was smelling Qiao's pheromones. Qiao panicked. He cursed to himself. Right now, Qiao just wants to get out of there. So he said his shift was about to change and prepared to leave. But looking at Qiao's expression, he probably didn't notice. After all, his scent is very weak. Qiao stared at him for a while before letting him go. Enjoy your meal. After saying that, Qiao left. Right now, Qiao just feels like Qiao resembles that person. Maybe it's just his imagination. Several people gathered together. Mark said he received a threatening letter yesterday. The original has been handed over to the process. The most important thing right now is the party that's about to be held. How can they get through it safely? This party was organized to promote the movie film. Many celebrities are on the guest list. Even that pitman was attacked not long ago. So they urgently discussed some precautions. On the day of the party, almost all the Hollywood celebrities showed up, thinking about how his sister is Pitman's secretary. Mark reminded them, Xie has arrived. I saw this Pit. He instantly became the focus of the party. Gotta say, the guy's dark hair is insanely handsome. Even Henry had to admit, this maniac is really handsome. Mark explained Xie dyed his hair to fit the character he's playing. Josie noticed from afar the mark on Pitman's ear. He asked Henry if Pitman was married. Josie, you don't know. Someone left the mark without permission and then disappeared. Now he's desperately searching for that culprit. After all, if he can't find the Omega, he'll be alone for life, right? And he said once he finds that person, he'll kill them. Thinking about himself, Chelsea immediately felt the situation is exactly the opposite. It doesn't feel like someone else's story. At least he's not the one with the mark. What a relief. Everyone was talking about Kisai, and Alpha was. This is their first time seeing one. How amazing. The stares from around him like looking at a rare animal made Kisi very uncomfortable. He turned his head and saw she staring at him. He immediately smiled, saying he has a bad personality, but he's still losing himself staring at his. Looks like you're pretty satisfied with my face. Just then a girl came over. The girl confidently introduced herself and said Xu was so beautiful. She wanted to discuss collaboration with Qi. Her hand casually touched Qi's arm. The strong pheromones made Xu quickly pull away. You're an Omega. The girl smiled and nodded. Her scent got even stronger. Qi instantly froze. Get away from me. I don't care if you're my fan or whatever. Don't cling to me. Omega's an Oza. They make him sick. After saying that, he left the embarrassed Joe and struggled. He went to a tree and started throwing up. What kind of trauma does he have? Qi cursed the feet, then smoked alone. Footsteps approach. Qiao slowly walked toward him. Tell me similar. Why are you here? Qiao's face gradually overlapped with that nice man. Qi finally remembered everything. So Qiao was that. The young lady has finally returned. Qi suddenly felt grateful that Qiao helped him. Qi already started suspecting she was in the bait. Last time Qi shook off the disgusting Omega and ran out of the car. Qiao searched everywhere for Qi, but found someone crouching under a tree. He quickly went forward to ask, and was surprised to find this was a beautiful Omega. Qi asked a few concerned questions. Mr. Pitt, who arrived, looked unhappily at the two. Seeing they knew each other, Qiao left. Qiao found Qi under a tree in the garden. Seeing he was alone, he wondered why the others didn't come out with him, and Qi's tie looked strange. His condition also seemed off. Qi asked Qiao why he came. Protecting you is my job. Qi mocked him for being like a loyal dog. Qiao didn't care. Said if he doesn't like, he can get a cut. Seeing the joke went too far, Qiao quickly said he was kidding. Qiao's appearance made him think of that night's man again. A sweet smell came. Qiao suddenly froze. Looks like he had a great time at the party. Thinking this, he really wants to punch this guy. Qi suddenly collapsed to the ground. Qiao was shocked. He rushed forward to ask what was wrong. Qi said he was fine, but his gasping didn't look fine at all. With that, Qiao quickly started calling the others, but the signal was too poor. He's now realized something's wrong with Qi. He quickly grabbed Qi. Mr. Miller, I think removing the pheromones would be better. Time is tight right now, so he volunteered. Qi quickly shook him off. Get away, I'll kill you. Though he became like this, because of Omega pheromones. Why hasn't the Omega Shen disappeared? And the man in front of him is clearly a beta. Qiao, she fought hard for the young lady. Made Qi finally understand his own feelings, and he remembered that nice memory. Qiao handed the blanket to Qi. Qi stubbornly turned away. Qiao unceremoniously wrapped it around him anyway. Qi immediately protested in anger. Qi saw his lips were frozen red, and his stubborn look, he felt helpless. Acting like nobody knows that he makes a living with his face. He still put the blanket on Qi, asked if he had anything else to say. After all this, it's still not enough. Qiao angrily threw it away, seeing he had some expectation. It was this year. Is he being held captive now? Qi woke up groggy, and found Qiao doing something. You're awake. What are you doing? Mr. Miller, you're awake. Asking what you're doing. 这才是将后嗣救赎，血之神又有个行当大情。艾奇的下在俊子被看晕的君酒后，酒后又赖屎先祸，由他囊克教隐喻的精英正马，或者去贴了阿茂锦衣少最更邪四子符，包住在黄德铺的，是写监视当门离作。Hey, can't that jerk over there hear me? 徐瑶贤 angrily turned around. 阿棒显一手枪门专望。I'm saying you're the one who has something to say to me. Why do you remember me? Since the Xiaoxi started to get annoyed. He didn't mean to be this blunt. His emotions got the better of him. Qiao hesitated. He couldn't tell him. It was because of that damn dream. He still can't tell if it was a dream or reality. Just then, the two were surrounded by several. Qiao cursed. Quickly reached for his weapon, but Qi suddenly froze like ice. Qiao also noticed something was wrong with him. The end of all times, he shouted at her. Hold yourself together. These things aren't dogs. Get back in the car. Right now, Qi was just staring at the wolves in terror. His body couldn't move. One of the wolves lunged at Qiao. Qiao struck back hard. The rest quickly surrounded them. Seeing one about to hurt Qi, Qiaoxi quickly moved in front of Qixi and pushed Qixi into the car. Josie's pupils suddenly constricted. He saw that wolf bite directly into Qiaoxi's arm. Qiaoxi got hurt protecting the young lady. Qiaoxi finally understood his own heart. Right now Qixi just stared at Qiaoxi in disbelief. Qiaoxi had no time to worry about him. He struck back again. Looking at his arm bleeding, Qixi's heart began to ache. But before he could react, Qiaoxi shoved him into the car. Mr. Qixi, keep your body low. Qixi was shocked. Watching Qiaoxi fight the wolf, he became anxious. He wanted to hug Qiaoxi, but his fear made breathing harder and harder. His consciousness gradually boiled. He fell back to his childhood. Back then his horse died from illness, but he put his horse in the trash. Everyone said he was weird. He didn't understand why being sad made him weird. The little horse he cared for so much died. Why couldn't he be sad? He told his father everything, but his dad said the bird was useless. I'll just buy you another one. No one wanted to listen to him. No one understood him, not his parents. As time passed, he realized it wasn't just his family. Everyone he met was the same. They couldn't understand him. He could only suffer in silence and keep moving. He'd already given up hope. Anyway, it'll all end one day. Xiaoxi's figure suddenly flashed in his mind. Q-Chi. Xi suddenly woke up. He quickly got up. How long was he out? What happened to that guy? The strong smell of smoke came. He turned and saw Xiaoxi sitting alone outside. That blood-covered figure looked so lonely. Qixi's heart tightened. He quickly opened the door and approached Qi. He thought Qiaoxi would be angry, would blame him, but Qiaoxi just looked at him like that. Qixi was stunned. Mr. Qixi, sleep well. Yeah, no. If you're lying, I'll kill you. The two got along well. Gao Shu was embarrassed. Of course there was, but he couldn't say it. Mark told him to start work the day after tomorrow. Because of the attack, Shishu was also delayed. Said he wanted to go home and check on things too. When he got home, he saw his beloved little one. The little one was really worried seeing dad looking so rough. Mom also told him to make sure to rest up. Seeing the anxious little one made him think of Shi. Was that guy resting properly now? Though there weren't any major injuries, he worried about leaving him with psychological trauma. Meanwhile, she got the news that Qiaoqi took time off. She was furious and demanded to know why Mark didn't tell him. Mark was confused. Wasn't scheduling members' daily activities his responsibility? Why was C angry? Did Qiaoqi do something to upset him? The princess was so mad she was pulling her hair out. Seeing him so upset, Mark felt uneasy and assured him again that Qiaoqi would be back soon. If there was anything he needed Qiaoqi to do, he could tell him anytime. Qi confirmed again that Qiaoqi would be back tomorrow, right? If you're lying, I'll kill you. Mark could only smile bitterly. Xiaosai, what the hell happened between you two? The princess who finally got a clue was getting better and better. With such a popular wife, she was gonna have plenty to be jealous about in the future. Xiaoqi came back from his break. Mark was really happy to see him. Xiaoqi asked how Seth was doing. That kid came back today too. He asked me about you. I scheduled something for you and Seth tomorrow morning. Just rest today. Thinking of his difficult employer, Mark added, alright, you gotta go see C today. She was confused. Mark told Xiaoxia about how she went ballistic when he took time off. Anyway, just show your face. And don't forget. Xiaoxi was about to change when Seth walked in. Seth asked him if his injury was better. Xiaoxi said it was pretty much fine. Seth knew about his identity and asked worriedly if spending a whole night with an extreme alpha really wasn't a problem. Xiaoxia laughed and said coyotes were way more trouble than pheromones. They talked and laughed for a bit. Then Xiaoshai realized it'd been ages since he took his pheromone suppressants. He awkwardly asked Seth if he smelled anything on him. Seth leaned in and sniffed. There was a very faint sweet scent. A voice full of anger suddenly rang out. What are you two doing? The two turned and saw Isaac. Seeing Isaac had misunderstood, Xiaoxi quickly explained they were just talking. What's going on in your head? Me and Xiaoxi have nothing going on. Isaac was pretty angry though. Then what did I just see? Do you think I look like an idiot? Seth frowned. Isaac, just because you like Xiaoxi. Don't treat everyone like they're your rival. Called out on his feelings, Isaac was shocked. Xiaoxi looked totally disbelieving too. What did you say? I said Isaac likes you. That's why he's so worked up, thinking I'm trying to steal you away. Isaac was instantly embarrassed and angry. How could you? You're attacking me out of nowhere. I gotta explain myself. Henry suddenly got mad. Is it true? Isaac jumped. Turns out Henry liked Isaac. The two disappeared at Pittman's party. That's when Henry confessed to Isaac. How do you know? It was that obvious. How could I not know? You bastard. Xiaoxi was completely stunned by this explosive news. By the time he got to Xi's door, his brain was still a total mess. He took a deep breath and knocked. Mr. Miller, I heard you were looking for me. But after waiting forever, no one answered. He carefully opened the door and found the room empty. A splash came from somewhere. Xiaoxi turned and saw a beauty emerge from the water. He slowly walked over. Mr. Miller, I heard you were looking for me. Before he could finish, Xiaoxi froze. He awkwardly turned away. Juxian, sorry. If there's nothing else, I'll just go. She quickly grabbed him. The pain from his wound made Xiaoqi frown. She noticed something was wrong and quickly let go. He asked softly if it hurt, then touched his face. Xiaoxi froze. Just as Xiaoxi thought Che would push him under the water like their first meeting, he was about to say something. She suddenly leaned in close. Sure enough, whenever he saw the princess's face, Xiaoqi couldn't stay mad. Then Xiaosai remembered the surveillance camera in Xi's room. He rushed to the control room in a panic and ran into Seth. Seth asked him in confusion, aren't you on early shift today? Xiaoxi awkwardly explained he was just taking a morning walk. Just checking in. Nothing happened last night, right? Seth said don't worry. All quiet. Judging by Seth's expression, he hadn't noticed anything. Xiaoxi asked, Xi's room isn't monitored, Seth said it's been off for days. Xiaoxi finally relaxed. Then his face turned red again. Seth asked him in confusion if he was okay. Xiaoxi said he was fine and rushed off. Meanwhile, the princess was sleeping like a baby. Then came Xi's shoot. Everyone was amazed by Xi's condition. It was absolutely amazing, and he didn't lose his temper today either. The agent was thrilled. Xiaoqi also looked at Xi. He happened to meet Xi's gaze. Xi smiled at him. That smile made everyone's jaws drop again. Were they seeing things? Miller actually smiled. For real. The agent then noticed Xiaoxi's face was red again. Xiaoxi said it was too hot. Xiaoxi's eyes still hadn't left Xi. The director told everyone to take a break. Then he realized Xi and Xiaoxi had disappeared. Xiaoxi was protecting his men like a boss. She was still as cocky and proud as ever. Right now, Seth was shocked watching the guy across from him raise his weapon. He quickly fired back. Xiaoxi go! Xiaoxi cursed and quickly spun the wheel. Henry and the others were shocked. Xiaoxi, what are you doing? Several guys quickly surrounded their car. Henry opened the sunroof. Let's get revenge for Seth. Seth said he wasn't dead yet. The big truck quickly caught up to Xiaoxi. Mark yelled Xiaoxi speed up. The car immediately shot forward. Meanwhile, Henry was in trouble too. Henry suddenly grabbed Isaac by the throat. Henry snapped out of it hearing that Xiaoxi was horrified. Damn it. What the hell is happening? Looking at the truck chasing them like crazy behind. If this kept up, they'd all die here. Xiaoxi quickly swerved off course. The truck kept coming. Soon the car was riddled with holes. Xiaoxi, something's wrong with Qi. That's when Qi finally came to. He was gasping for air. Qi, can you hear me? Damn it, the car was leaking oil. They get caught at this rate. The rear window exploded. Mark ducked down. Xiaoxi quickly shot out the truck's tires. The truck immediately swerved. Xiaoxi took the chance to whip around. Finally safe, she started dry heaving. Xiaosai handed Qi a bottle of water. Qi glanced at him and took it anyway. We're out of gas. Can't drive anymore. She said bluntly that any idiot could tell. Mark said the GPS was broken. They had to find the road first. Could take a long time. Either way, someone needed to go get help. Mark told Xiaoxi to stay and protect Xi. Xiaoxi asked if Mr. Miller was okay. The princess got all proud again. What if I'm not? Stop talking and shut the door. Both were speechless at this temper. Mark told him to be careful. Something really happened to Che. Xiaoxi was worried sick. The new character's appearance made Qi Hai feel threatened. She was quickly diagnosed it was because of that medicine. Then he told Xiaoxi and the others not to spread it around. Then the new character appeared. She's attending doctor. The doctor smiled and said there definitely wouldn't be any accident. Xiaoshai anxiously asked if she was okay. The doctor said it was only because he was an extreme alpha that he survived. A normal person would have died many times over. By now. This happens to him a lot, I warned him before. Taking these all the time, something was bound to happen. Then he asked the security there, are you all betas and alphas? Are there any omegas? Mark firmly said no. The doctor nodded with a smile and left. Xiaoxie clenched his fists. That doctor gave him a weird feeling. Henry and the others were waiting casually. Only Xiaoxie was worried sick, starting to blame himself. When he noticed something was off earlier, he should have stopped him. Rather than seeing him like this, it would be better to just imagine him doing well like before. Xiaoxi was really hurting for him. The doctor clearly wasn't a good guy, either. He said grace and said Bliss went to England. There was no choice but to protect his beloved youngest. And also mentioned that in a pack of extreme alphas, Extreme Omega was born. Xi's expression changed. Their relationship was complicated too. Grayson told me he hates dogs. And birds. Do you hate all animals? Xi refused to answer. The doctor gave him new medication. Said it wouldn't cause memory problems, but his consciousness might get fuzzy. The doctor opened the door and saw several people waiting anxiously. Come, let me introduce you all. This is the brand new Mr. Qi Miller. Qi's condition was so strange, Xiaoxi felt uneasy. The doctor said Qi was conscious now but couldn't move his body. But the terrifying memories would be preserved intact. Then he looked at Qi with an unclear meaning. Said the brain of an extreme alpha was very interesting. Then asked if they were planning to take Route R4. Heard there were lots of coyotes around there. Xu Kai clenched his jaw. He felt something was off. Sure enough, something happened on the road. Route R4 had a volcanic eruption. They had to detour. She got blocked by a broken down car asking for help. William had no choice but to get out and clear the roadblock. Xu frowned. He kept feeling something wasn't right. The car blocking the road and the silent woman. The man with his head down fixing the car. And that truck that was about to turn off. Xiaoxi was suddenly alarmed. He urgently yelled at William to get back in the car. Just then, the man fixing the car suddenly aimed at William. The princess who got a clue was insanely jealous. Xiaoxi ran into his sister on set. Xi's glass heart shattered again. Xiaoxi was about to have another fight with Xi. Then he heard the agent calling Xi. Filming was starting. Xi cursed under his breath. Still reminded Xiaoxi to wait for him to finish filming. Xi smiled and said he knew. After she left, Xiaoxi finally came out. He couldn't help but smile bitterly. No matter how he thought about it, he just had zero resistance to Qi's face. Before he got discovered, he had to control himself. Then Xiaoxi realized his sister had also come to the set. Emma asked some questions about Qi's condition. The agent said there were absolutely no problems. In fact, he was unusually good. I'll tell Mr. Pittman that filming is going smoothly here. Qi called out to Emma as she was leaving. Emma was really happy to see her brother. Asked if Pittman was making her work too hard again. The girl said Pittman asked her to check on Qi's condition. She asked Xie if he was okay. Reminded him to take care of himself. The siblings were chatting happily. They didn't notice Qi in the distance staring hard at them. A girl nearby asked him what he was looking at. She asked why someone would fight with people when they clearly have a girlfriend. The girl's words made Xu misunderstand even more. He thought Xiaoxi was a total player. The princess really misunderstood. He was throwing a fit and sulking, telling Xiaoqi not to see that woman again. Then Isaac stopped Xiaosai and said Xi was looking for him. Xiaoxi was confused. What does he want? Isaac shrugged. Don't know. He wants you to go find him at the trailer now. He looked pretty serious. He also reminded Xiaoqi that if Xi gave him trouble, call him. Xiaoqi thanked him and left. He was totally confused. Was there some emergency? During filming, Xi's face really did fall. Who knows what he was thinking? Xiaoxi's face turned red. Got to Qi's room. The moment he walked in, he froze at Qi's serious expression. Xiaoxi was confused. Qi strode over. Under his shocked gaze, Qi swung his fist. Xiaoxi was completely stunned by the punch. What's going on? Qi gritted his teeth, grabbed his collar, dragged him over and threw him on the couch. Qi quickly moved forward and swung his fist again. But Xiaoxi caught it. The two faced off. Xiaoxi asked him what suddenly got into him. Qi's expression instantly turned pitiful. Seeing him about to cry, Xiaoxi's body trembled. She was both angry and furious. Xiaoxi laughed softly. How could I hit that face of yours? She didn't hesitate to bring up old grudges. Didn't you hit it before? Xiaoxi was speechless. Looks like he took a big hit back then. He pulled Qi over. Mr. Miller, can I ask why I got punched? Don't tell me it's really because I hit your face before. She stammered. Seeing Xiaoqi looking totally unrepentant, he felt hurt all over again. He couldn't hold it in anymore and blurted out, don't see that woman anymore. Now Xiaoxi was stunned. Woman? What are you even talking about? Pittman's secretary is that woman. Xiaoxi's brain short circuits. Are you talking about Emma right now? The young master Lucy. I don't care what her name is. I don't want to know. And don't mention that woman's name again. Got it. Seeing Xiaoxi still smiling, Josie explodes. Xiaoqi burst out laughing. He thought Josie was gonna say something else. That person is my sister. I don't care if she's your sister. What? After saying that, Josie freezes. What did you say? Xiaoxi patiently explains to him. I said she's my sister. The young master really misunderstood. He threw a tantrum and begged Xiaoxi not to see that woman again. Then Isaac stopped. Said he was looking for him. He wants you to go to the trailer and find him. He looks pretty serious. After saying that, he reminded her, if C gives you trouble, call him. Xiaoxi thanked him and left. Xiaoxi wondered if there was some emergency. During filming, Chezzy's face really did fall. Who knows what he was thinking? Xiaoxi's face turns red. He arrives at Chezzy's room. As soon as he walks in, he freezes at Chezzy's serious expression. Xiaoxi asks Mr. Miller. Then he sees Chezzy stride over. Under his shocked gaze, he swings his fist. Xiaoxi is stunned by the punch. What is this now? Chezzy grabs him by the collar through gritted teeth and tosses him onto the couch. Chezzy rushes forward and swings again, but Xiaoxi catches his fist. The two stare each other down. Xiaoxi asks what suddenly got Chezzy's expression turns hurt. Seeing he's about to cry, Qiu sees the body. She seems angry. Xia laughs softly. How could I hit that face? Chezzy brings up old grievances without hesitation. Didn't you hit me before? Looks like he was really traumatized back then. He grabs Qiu. Can I ask now why? It can't really be because I hit your face before. Chezzy stutters. Seeing Xiaoxi showing the the hurt wells up. He can't hold it in and blurts out. Don't see that woman anymore. Now it's Xiaoxi's turn to be stunned. What are you talking about? Pittman's secretary, that woman. Xiaoxi's brain short circuits. Are you talking about Emma right now? The young master Lucy. I don't care what her name is. I don't want to know. And don't mention that woman's name again.
I got it.
Seeing Chiu still smiling, Chasey explodes. Xiaoxi bursts out laughing. He thought Chasey was going to say something else. That person is my sister. I don't care if she's your sister or whatever.
Either way, you can't see her.
After saying that, Chasey freezes. What did you say? Chiu patiently explains to him. I said she's my sister. Xiaoqi is on the roll. When it comes to taming husbands, nobody does 小事. Xiaoqi says again that Emma is his sister. The hot-tempered young master calms down immediately, but he still thinks Chu is lying to him. Xiaoqi says getting a DNA test to prove it isn't hard, but you better be ready for the consequences. Only then does Chasey carefully recall when he saw Emma. Hello, Mr. Miller. I'm Mr. Pittman's secretary. Emma Bailey. Joshua Bailey. Chasey wakes up with a start. Shuai asks if he gets it now. Chasey nods sheepishly. Then he hears Xiaoxi say, how are you going to apologize? The young master looks hurt, but still says sorry. Xiaoxi's lips curl into a smile, but Xiaoxia isn't going to let him off that easy. Chasey Miller. When you do something wrong, you have to accept the punishment. Chasey reluctantly says he won't hit Xiaoxi again. Xiaoxi thinks he should be saying he won't jump to conclusions again, and says if Chasey talks nonsense again, he'll drop everything and disappear for good. Now that he's got a taste, the young master is more and more insecure. He just doesn't want Xiaoxi to leave him for even a second. And then he discovers she's Omega identity. The young master wakes up and panics when he doesn't see Xiaoxi. Then he finds Xiaoxi in the kitchen. Xiaoxi made him breakfast and asks if he eats peanut. The young master is like a tamed big dog. Whatever his wife says is right. But Chasey notices Chi has a lot of scars, especially on his abdomen. Xiaoxi can't say it's from carrying a baby. He can only say it's petty. Xiaoxi tells him to hurry up and eat. He didn't poison it. Chasey reluctantly explains he never thought that. After eating, Xiaoxi prepares to leave. Chasey looks completely reluctant. He doesn't want Xiaoxi to leave him for even a second. If it weren't for filming, he'd probably keep Xiaoxi in the trailer forever. At this thought, the young master panics, thinking that after Xiaoxi's bodyguard job, Xiaoxi might just treat all this as a minor episode and leave. The young master freaks out. He quickly grabs Xiaoxi, who's about to leave. Stay here. Don't go. Xiaoxi asks in surprise what's wrong with him. The young master is just being unreasonable. Anyway, anyone can protect him. Xiaoxi tells him to stop fooling around. Him staying here is bad for both of them. Besides, he has no plans to let anyone know about their relationship. The young master explodes. Am I that embarrassing to you? Xiaoxi patiently explains. If it gets out, things will get messy for both of them. Chasey clenches his fists. Says he can protect Xiaoxi. Xiaoxi corrects him. I'm the one protecting you. The young master feels frustrated, but he insists Xiaoxi switch shifts and stay with him. Xiaoxi doesn't know why he's suddenly so stubborn. He's about to refuse when he sees Chasey looking at him pitifully. Xiaoxi rubs his forehead in frustration. Damn it, why does he have no resistance to that face? Thinking of his son Pete. Father and son are exactly alike. Then Chasey's body suddenly jolts. He looks at Xiaoxi in shock. Why do you have an Omega scent on you? The young master got bullied by his brother again. Xiaoxi protects his husband like a boss. Chasey discovered Chiu has an Omega scent. Xiaoxi panics. Quickly says he just went to the cafeteria to get probably picked it up there. The young master is half convinced. What is he even doubting? So he tells Xiaoxi to hurry back after switching shifts. The young master watches Xiaoxi's back as he leaves with such longing. But in his heart he's still wondering if Xiaoxi is an Omega. But he's also afraid that Xiaoxi as a Beta might mutate because of his influence. What if Xiaoxi really becomes an Omega? Will he hate me? Just thinking about Xiaoxia hating him and staying away from him, Chasey feels like he's suffering. Footsteps approach. Chasey thinks Xiaoxia is back. But the next second, that familiar voice makes him shrink back. Chasey, looks like you're doing well. My dear little brother. Been a while, hasn't it? Heard you had an accident. But you look pretty good. But Chasey doesn't want to beat around the bush with it. You seem pretty disappointed. His brother puts on a hurt expression. I just came to see how your movie's going. You're actually playing Dr. Flame. Chasey asks unhappily what he means. His brother scoffs. You're Chasey Mila. How are you, doctor? Chasey frowns. If you just came to mock me, then get lost. His brother says it's been so. Come give your brother. Chasey recoils in this. His brother looks hurt again. How can you say that? You know how much I love you. You're always misunderstanding me. Chasey gets agitated. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a fact. If you loved me, you wouldn't have done that to me. This is about why Chasey is afraid of dogs. But his brother says what's wrong with dogs? Is that something a person said? Chasey feels like ice water was poured on him. Turns out the Chasey family has an Omega. Remembering what the doctor said, asks his own brother if there's no one around during his cycle, would he fight with the family's only Omega brother? His brother shrugs indifferently, says it's better than fighting with a dog. Chasey is horrified. He says in disbelief, he's our actual brother. His brother says brothers helping each other isn't a good thing. Better than fighting a dog. Chasey thinks about it. He immediately gets. But his brother doesn't seem to plan on letting him go. Sunny and I, we both want to help you so much. Chasey staggers. Just as his brother reaches for Chasey, Chasey slaps his hand away. Get out of here right now. I should have killed a bastard like you. Just then, Xiaoxi appears. After seeing Chasey, he rushes forward and stands in front of his fragile husband. Mr. Grayson, please leave immediately. The young master got bullied by his brother. Xiaoqi protects his husband like a boss. But Chasey discovers Xiaoxia has an Omega scent. Xiaoqi panics. Quickly says he just went to the cafeteria to get something. Probably picked it up then. The young master is half convinced. What is he even doubting? So he tells Qi to hurry back after switching shifts. The young master watches Xiaoxi's back as he leaves with such longing. But in his heart he's still wondering if Qi is an Omega. But he's also afraid that Xiaoxi as a Beta might mutate because of his influence. What if Xiaoxi really becomes an Omega? Will he hate me? Just thinking about Xiaoxia hating him and staying away from him, Chasey feels like he's suffocating. Footsteps approach. Chasey thinks Xiaoxi is back. But the next second that familiar voice makes him shrink back. Chasey, looks like you're doing well. My dear little brother. Been a while, hasn't it? Heard you had an accident. But you look pretty good. But Josie doesn't want to beat around the bush with him. You seem pretty disappointed. His brother puts on a hurt expression. I just came to see how your movie's going. You're actually playing Dr. Flame. Josie asks unhappily what he means. His brother scoffs. You're Shady Miller. How are you a doctor? Josie frowns. If you just came to mock me, then get lost. His brother says it's been so long. Come give your brother a kiss. Josie recoils in disgust. His brother looks hurt again. How can you say that? You know how much I love you. You're always misunderstanding me. Josie gets agitated. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a fact. If you loved me, you wouldn't have done that to me. This is about why Josie is afraid of dogs. But his brother says what's wrong with dogs? Is that something a person says? Josie feels like ice water was poured on him. Turns out the Josie family has an omega. Remembering what the doctor said, he asks his own brother if there's no one around during his cycle, would he fight with the family's only omega brother? His brother shrugs indifferently, says it's better than fighting with a dog. But Josie is horrified. He says you just believe he's our actual brother. His brother says brothers helping each other isn't a good thing. Better than fighting a dog, right? Well, Josie thinks about that. He immediately goes. But his brother doesn't seem to plan on letting him go. Sunny and I, we both want to help you so much. Josie staggers. Just as his brother reaches for Josie slaps his hand away. Get out of here right now. I should have killed a bastard like you. Josie appears. After seeing Josie's state, he rushes forward and stands in front of his fragile husband. Mr. Grayson, please leave immediately. Now that he's got a taste, the young master is more and more insecure. He just doesn't want Josie to leave him for even a second. And then he discovers Josie's omega identity. The young master wakes up and panics when he doesn't see Josie. Then he finds Josie in the kitchen. Josie made him breakfast and asks if he eats peanuts. The young master is like a tame big dog. Whatever his wife says is right. Josie notices Josie has a lot of scars, especially on his arm. Josie can't say it's from carrying a baby. He can only say it's appendicitis. Josie tells him to hurry up and eat. He didn't poison. Josie reluctantly explains he never thought that. After eating, Josie prepares to leave. Josie looks completely reluctant. He doesn't want Josie to leave him for even a second. If it weren't for filming, he'd probably keep Josie in the trailer forever. At this thought, the young master panics, thinking that after Josie's bodyguard job ends, Josie might just treat all this as a minor episode and leave. The young master freaks out. He quickly grabs Josie, who's about to leave. Stay here, don't go. She asks in surprise what's wrong with him. The young master is just being unreasonable. Anyway, anyone can protect him. Josie tells him to stop fooling around. Him staying here is bad for both of them. Besides, he has no plans to let anyone know about the relationship. The young master explodes. Am I that embarrassing to you? Josie patiently explains. If it gets out, things will get messy for both of them. Josie clenches his fist. Says you can protect Josie. Josie corrects him. I'm the one protecting you. The young master feels frustrated.